What on earth are these nails doing popping out of my walls? What does it mean? Is this a sign that my foundation might be about to fail? Is this something I need to be concerned about for other reasons? So what the heck is nail pop? Is it a sign of foundation problems to come? What is this nail pop telling me? Do I need to be worried at all? I'm Austin with Anchor Foundation Repair. I have seen hundreds, if not thousands, of nail pop here in the Bryan College Station area, and a lot of people are concerned about it. I understand being concerned about it, and I even have a few in my own house. Let's take a look about what nail pop is telling me. So to answer your question right away, no, nail pop is not a sign of foundation problems. Not to say that the foundation problem is not happening on your home, but nail pop is not a sign of foundation problems at all. I will go ahead and go in depth of what can cause nail pop and what might be actually happening here with your home. So we've got newer homes and older homes here in Bryan College Station, just as any city has. But for older homes, there's a few things, mainly two different reasons why nail pop can show up. One being the nails are roofing nails. So back in the day, they used to use roofing nails and they didn't have the new drywall screws that we have today. So roofing nails, they're actually very smooth. They don't really hold into timber that well whenever you're nailing them in there. So over time, especially if they're on the ceiling, they can slowly be pulled down by gravity and then you start to see the nail pop. Other reason would be shrinkage of the timber. Any timber ages, it's going to shrink down some. And as that timber shrinks up, that nail starts to become loose. The wood's not as firm as it used to be. So that nail is now loosened and now it can go ahead and stick out, and now you're seeing it show up in your drywall. So for newer homes, newer homes are well insulated. They are built amazingly, which makes for this thing called mixed climate conditions. Just essentially a fancy word for saying, hey, it gets really crazy humid in your house. So especially in your attic area, whenever we have these super hot summers like we're having right now, and then we go to super wet springs, and just ever so often the weather changes here. That's part of Texas. It's awesome. Love it down here. But that wreaks havoc on your timber and your walls. And over time, kind of similar with the nails, those screws can want to maybe loosen, or that timber shrinks and moves and shifts. And that can cause those screws on the newer homes with the drywall screws to begin to poke out, and then you get the nail pop. And the last one is potential poor construction of your home. So poor construction, it happens. It's just part of people being people. We'll go over the big highlights here. So spacing. So whenever you're installing drywall screws or nails, there is a proper spacing here. You don't want to put them too close. If you put them too close, then you can cause one to start sticking out more than the other, and that can cause for future nail pop to show up. You use too short of screws or nails, preferably screws, because that is what they're designed to do. But that's another reason there. Oversinking. This is probably the more common or over driving of the screws. So there actually is a specialized drywall gun that you're supposed to use for installing drywall. It has a very special little drill bit, and as you're sinking these screws into the drywall, it actually stops the screw at its perfect point. That way it's not going to go too far in. Having hung a bunch of drywall from other jobs in the past, I know very well what oversinking a drywall screw will do, because I've had to go back and repair these nail pops. It's no fun. So that's definitely probably the biggest reason for nail pop in newer homes, is probably going to be the oversinking. I see it all the time. Installation when at an angle. If it goes in at an angle and not flat, potential for problems there. Or potentially, and this happens, we're all human, is you miss the stud entirely. You just ran it right through the drywall and now you got a big hole. A lot of times guys are just going to mud right over that, and you're not even going to tell until future. Then you have nail pop. There's nothing really for the mud to adhere to. So now the mud is trying to find its way out of the drywall. So no reason to be concerned at all. It's mainly just a cosmetic thing. Not to say that you might be seeing some other problems there. So what should you do now? The best thing that you can do now is actually going to be checking your house for true signs and symptoms of settlement. We're going to post a link in the description that does take you to a deep dive of nail pop, and it's also going to include a part where it does show you the true signs of foundation settlement.